of the well. It is free to play, so you can go play it right now if you want. The Crazy Cat. New game. This game is a visual novel, meaning it's mainly text-based piece of interactive fiction, a book where you can decide what happens next. Most of the gameplay consists of picking your choice from a selection of options which will further the story. Bottom of the Well does have some gameplay aside from multiple choice, though, the most important of which is the kind of Alice, or protagonist, you're going to play. For your first playthrough, we recommend default Alice, but the customization is there to be used. Even if you complete the game, a different Alice might have a very different experience. You might just find a new way to die. Thank you for playing our game, Red Metal Studio. So... Custom Alice. Start customizing. Oh. Wait, oh, I see. Am I at max points? How many? Oh, so you start with... I see. Okay. You start with 9 total points. That is broken up between dating, social life, fitness, career, supplies, and survival. Well, let's go for something that is sure to get me killed immediately. Social life, dating, fitness, supplies. Oh, she can carry more things in her backpack. What is... Alice is majored in English, which is not the most immediately useful skill in the post-apocalypse. Just gonna screenshot that. The career stat is part skill, part representative of her position in academia, which might be less than useful in the post-apocalypse. It might, however, open up some interesting venues of approach. Somewhere did it? No. I don't know. I'm gonna go full English major here. There we go. Career, social life, and dating. This is exactly the way to survive the post-apocalypse. Okay, guys? Okay? Here we go. This is going to be incredible. I'm waiting for Joe to come online so I can talk to someone about this. God, I feel like I'm going crazy. Morning, eh? Morning. Oh, I see. I'm the type of Alice that doesn't show your eyes in your profile picture. Did you catch the anniversary reading last night? No, well, I tried, but I fell asleep. Listen, about that... Alice in Wonderland is like our favorite... Let me finish. Something happened. I was tuning in on my radio. I was tuning into the broadcast, and I must have hit the aim switch or something, because suddenly the channel changed to something else. Aliens. Government... Run numbers stations! Yes, we are in Lost. No, it was this weird, like, white noise at first. It's hard to explain why I was so drawn to it. I could hear snippets of some melody, maybe lyrics, but the signal was weak. So you turned it off and continued looking for the Alice broadcast. So I went out on my balcony and turned the antenna around until the signal came through clear. It now sounded more like music, with the odd signal in the background. When logic and proportion have fallen sloppy dead, and the White Knight is talking backwards, and the Red Queen's off with her head... No, straight up Alice in Wonderland. Oh, no, this is... Jefferson Airplane. This version, right? It felt like there was something else there, some message that the music was hiding. I know it sounds weird, and then I fell asleep. Man, it makes me want to listen to Jefferson Airplane. What a story! Whoa, whoops. No, hear me out. I dreamed, and I didn't know I was dreaming. Do you understand? It was really lucid, and like waking up in another world, except I didn't think of it as another world. Does this make any sense? Oh, how did she get rid of that last text box? You had a lucid dream where you didn't know you were dreaming, but you were still lucidly in control. Sounds pretty rad. Except for the whole end of the world apocalypse bit in the dream. Okay, you've got my attention. So like I said, it was the end of the world. Everything I did that day felt like the real thing. Every smell, every sound, every color, every touch. It's important you know that. I wasn't acting like I would in a dream. I didn't know it was a dream. Heavy. There was no warning, no build-up, nothing. Just between one moment and the next, the TV had turned to the emergency alert system, and this voice that sounded like it had been recorded in the 60s told us we were under attack. Were you alone? I had a really long day at the office, so I had sworn off all social contacts for the evening. I had the TV on in the background, just as noise. You have a job in the stream? Cynicism about her degree. The TV suddenly turned to the emergency alert system. Jacked the volume all the way up too. I didn't even know they could do that. The broadcast told us we were under attack right now and that we needed to get to shelter. That we had less than 30 minutes before the bombs hit. I switched the channel, but they were all the same. And then the sirens started, tornado sirens, flood sirens, I don't know. And I knew things were serious. I went online to find out what was going on. Ah, the network still worked. The bandwidth was lacking, the major news networks were either down or overloaded, but all the search engines defaulted to some kind of government site in super simple HTML. It was the real deal. Facebook still worked. Apocalypse-proof servers at Facebook. I spammed my aunts and sent an email to my mother, but I don't know, it just felt like I needed to find someone right there and then. And a group chat. It was spreading through our social network like wildfire. Someone had the closest old fallout shelter that was actually still operable down on 3rd. People were going there, just grabbing all they could and running before the bombs fall. Or fell, whatever. So what happened next? You know, I did find you online. That must have been useless. I'm all the way over in Old Blighty. Useless things were different in your dream? Or unless things were different in your dream? No, you were still in the UK. The bombs had already started falling there. You disappeared. There was nothing more to do. It was only a dream, Al. Sure. So then what? Fallout shelter seems like a pretty good option here. No, the phone lines are down. I already tried to call my parents, so the fallout shelter seemed like the best option. Did you bring anything? I grabbed the biggest bag I had, my shoulder bag that I usually just use to carry my laptop in when I need to. Alright. Map. Don't really need spare clothes, but sleeping bag might not be. Radio. Take spare clothes. Exactly. UI is a little weird here. Yeah, I got my map in my hands and the sleeping bag up here. And is it not letting me take this other stuff? Well, okay, whatever. You run into trouble. God, that shelter. So, I headed towards the shelter from my apartment. I was still kind of hoping that it was all some kind of false alarm, and by tomorrow everything would be back to normal. Like an extreme version of Orson Welles' The War of the World broadcast. Yeah, well, the radio show actually did not really cause as much of a panic as it's remembered us doing. Anyway. Pandemonium. The capital of hell. So fucking damn. Like I said, everything felt so real. The panic in the streets, the accidents everywhere with no emergency responders showing up, and the ever-present siren. It was like everyone walked with their eyes to the sky, just expecting to see a flash. Did you make it to the shelter? The shelter was actually in the basement of a bar. They used it as storage, which was handy, since there was a door towards the street, but there were no signs or anything like that anymore. I just knew about it from the Facebook conversation. The Rad Bar. So we're at the Rad Bar. I could just imagine junkies and hobos sleeping among those trash bags. Anyway. She stuck her head out. The bitch queen. She had taken charge of everything in the Rad Bar. Was it actually full? Not a chance. There was no way there was over 100 people. I tried talking my way in. You can't just leave me out here, and so forth. I said I wasn't the only one wanting to get in. But, like, in theory, there'd be others than just me. Oh, try to push the door open. The door clearly said capacity 100 people. I tried pushing, but I was way too slow and weak. Oops. There was nothing else to do but give up. This is not going well. Going back to my apartment doesn't sound like a great idea. I guess time to split. The streets. Streets are bad. Panic, bedlam, awful. No buses, no metro, and no car. So yeah, just get past the gridlock and then steal a car. Find a car and drive through smashing things. There's one guy who lives not far away and has a motorcycle. Yeah, well... I'm gonna try motorcycle, dude. I don't know, seems promising. Oh, a bunch of motorcycle guys. Escapement machine? He told me he was headed towards the fallout shelter, and that if I wanted to, I could come with them. He knew the woman in charge and that she was waiting for him. True, but it was such a tempting offer. Oh yeah. We all packed up and went. The motorcycle was effective, skimming past people, and we got back to the fallout shelter. What? She recognized me, of course, and immediately started telling Ray a million lies about me. It took about a minute of that before he and his posse were standing on the inside and I was still outside. He gave me an apologetic shrug before the bitch queen slammed the door in my face. This seems... okay. Yeah. I'm gonna die. Oh, this is a wipe. I mean, it's good luck. I'll just walk. No hope of driving anywhere. Running away. Half an hour was nothing at all, but luckily that estimate was completely wrong. Swept up in a mass of people and manhandled in the wrong direction more than once. Every few minutes I stopped to consult the map to make sure I was going in the right direction. Everyone was going to a subway station. Time, yes. How far away were you planning on getting? An ambulance weaving between stalled cars with its sirens blaring. I feel like you want to get further away from the epicenter. Find an appropriate car. You don't need to ethically justify appropriating a car in this situation, I don't think. Well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I need to think about that, but my first impression is that it's not really that unreasonable. Okay, so I guess trying to steal a car was wasting time. Oh, so making a choice... No. No, I'm not gonna stop. I'm just gonna keep walking. I half ran and jogged as much as I could, but it felt like being late for class. I got tired almost immediately, while the goal was still as far away as ever. Away. As far away as I could. I don't know. And? Trailing a white cloud. What? You were outside when the bombs fell. I thought I'd have time to get away, but I'd wasted too much time. There was just no ducking cover could have saved any of us there from that, I don't think. The next thing I know, I am showered in glass as every window above us shatters. Cars swerved off the road and crashed bedlam and light, bright light. I tried to crawl out of the way when something hit me, maybe a piece from a building, I don't know, I blacked out. I didn't feel like a dream, that's the thing, because you don't wake up and dreams do, but I did. We're leading alone out on the street. And I saw a burning city. Ash rained down in downtown, far too close a mushroom cloud, just staring me in the face. It was the end of the world. I just knew that, there and then. And then there was a streak of light, and it was actually almost beautiful as it fell from the sky. Just a streak of light at only a slight angle. I just had time to think, no, we've had enough before it hit. For some reason, I elected to stare right at it when it impacted. This is a great idea. Above the ground, a terrible fireball. Yeah, the dream ends here. I died in the dark. And thus concluded my dream. That was interesting. I think it felt incomplete, like there was something missing. That wasn't the way it was supposed to end, you know? That's interesting, because, you know, the fantasy of these games is always that you're gonna be the survivor, right? Dreams, he's skeptical here. I like it. I wasn't listening closely enough. What frequency was the sun? Was that the right channel? Maybe do something different than the second time around. It'd be interesting if you did just go on to the next dream. Peter Scolt. Cool. Petter Scolt. I think I read that wrong. This looks like the credits, so I think I'm going to go and pause here before I get the next game going. Oh, hey, I actually have a viewer! Hello, viewer. I'm just going to quickly refresh the stream. I'll be back in just a second.